What up, what up, what up, Pryme.mega, new trees up, on the full trees up. So this past Monday's motivation about basically alignment and orbit, the message was cut short because it was like a minute, but I see everybody pretty much get where I was coming from. But I wanted to expand on that a little more in that, we are constructed in such a way that life mirrors itself. So like if we start out in outer space, the heavenly bodies, the planets, there's orbit and things are in alignment. You have stars that are in constellation, that's kind of in alignment as well. And as I said in the message was that, even in orbit, even when things are alignment, just because they're in alignment with you doesn't mean that they haven't either died off or don't need to be updated or in some cases fixed or need to be evolved. And in that, like a planet, you have things that are in your orbit that are floating around. Some are beneficial, things that are, surrounding the moon to the earth, things like that. The moon has an effect on gravitational pull and the waves and the ocean. I mean, I can go on and on and on, and in that, with how we react to our environment, things float around us all the time, in orbit, and we're in alignment. Like I said, certain things may not stay in alignment, or you need to check them to make sure that they are. And if they're not serving you, they need to be completely discarded because they end up just orbiting you. And again, certain things that are orbiting you are not helping you. They're not. It may end up being in your way. And so it ends up being, as I put previously, like space junk just floating around you. You are a body. You are a heavenly body. You are modeled after the heavenly bodies above by God himself. We're all created structurally the same. We all have a subatomic makeup. We start from that structure, and even before that, there's a soul that we're blessed with. But like I said, I wanted more time to expand on that topic because, even on a cellular level, in each cell there's a nucleus, and we revolve around that. We revolve around the sun. And again, certain things float and revolve around us. And again, not all those things, just because they're floating around and hanging around, are beneficial. Just make sure you're checking your environment, your space, protect that. Same thing on the cellular level. Cells discard waste as well. They get rid of it, and make sure you just keep a hold of that information in the forefront, in the front of your mind as much as possible. You can treat it like a daily exercise. I'm trying to become more in tune with that habit myself. A lot of the things that I say, actually most of the things that I say for motivation, are really coming from an authentic personal place. I'm not just talking. I don't like to do that. I practice what I preach in some capacity or another. And I feel like that's the best way to actually give motivation, is from a place of experience. I don't want to sit up here and talk about things that I know nothing about. I don't, that's crazy. For me, that's crazy. I don't like to fabricate anything. And so, like I said, just make sure, because as I'm evolving, certain things, a lot of the things that I like, I still stay in tune with, but I notice the order of importance shifts and changes. Some may stay in the lower, order for a longer time, and then some I may move around as I need it accordingly out here in life. And when you move from different environments and different place to place, you go from work to home to family events, maybe a side hustle. Sometimes these things that you deem necessary or important may change in that daily list that you have, of things that serve you, back to alignment and orbit, and like I said, also make sure they're still official enough to remain on your list no matter what the order is. If it's got to go, let it go. Get it off the list. Erase it, cross it out. And if you need to find a substitution for whatever that was, by all means, Or if you're trying to cut the list shorter and make yourself a little more efficient, and run off of less energy and or less things that are needed to motivate you, that's also very realistic. And I can see why. I think we're all at some capacity striving for some kind of efficiency, some levels of evolution. Maybe not some. We're all striving, and even some of us probably don't even realize it in certain instances of our life that we are definitely striving to evolve. When you get up every day and you do something to your utmost capabilities, let's say it's a job and it takes you too long to do something, or even getting to work. You may try to figure out a route to get to work quicker because there's traffic building up somewhere. Notice, for me, actually, that's very real. During certain parts of the year, it's cool to drive a certain route, and in others, especially during holidays, it's like, all right, I gotta find a new route. I'ma still keep this route in my pocket somewhere, or in the back of my mind, but for now, I gotta discard it. I gotta rotate to the alternate route, to a detour that I've figured out. So yeah, I just wanted to tap in with y'all and really expand on this thing of alignment and orbit and how everything in life is connected in one way or another. If you really, really, really think about it, God created us structurally in such a way, not even, like I said, not even just from a soulful standpoint, but in such a way, structurally, that we're modeled after a lot of things when you really think about it, when you break it down to its essence. I just think that that's a wonderful thing, and honestly, you can answer a lot of your own questions when you really think about that, and draw the picture for yourself and connect the dots at your own pace. All right, comment below. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Pryme.mega. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. Let's get it, y'all. Trees up.